I know how bitterly disappointed many of you are that Donald Trump is no longer going to be the president, but that's just the way it is. And by the way, I used to admire Donald Trump. I always thought he was egotistical and had narcissistic issues, but I actually used to admire him. So I'm not making this podcast because I have anything against Donald Trump in any way. I don't like his recent behavior. I don't like his behavior in recent years. I don't like his arrogance. But I actually used to admire Donald Trump quite a lot. And there's things I like about him, and I think there's things that I don't like about him. And this is just going to be a podcast about, will Melania and Trump get a divorce? Because there's been secret whispers about this for a long time, about whether or not Melania is actually happy with Donald Trump, and whether or not she's going to stay with him. The rumors have been going around for a long time that, as soon as he's no longer president, that she is going to look to get a divorce. But no, I'm not predicting anything, and no one knows what's going to happen. In a recent statement, Melania Trump has said, "I find it shameful that surrounding these tragic events, there has been salacious gossip, unwarranted personal attacks, and false, misleading accusations on me from people who are looking to be relevant and have an agenda. I think the coming weeks and months, which I'm not looking forward to that much because last year was so terrible, I think time will tell whether Melania Trump will stay with Donald Trump." If you want to know what political side of the spectrum that I am on, I'm not a Trump hater or anything like that. I'm socially more democratic and I'm fiscally more conservative. So I'm neither really a Democrat. I'm not a full Democrat, and I'm certainly not a full conservative. So I don't have, my agenda is not to be unfair to Donald Trump or be unfair to the Trump administration. I think there's things that they could have done better. I think it's disheartening that he has been so egotistical and so narcissistic that he can't accept that he was resoundingly defeated fairly and squarely. And I think at the end of the day, my channel is about human behavior. And I think that Trump has become more narcissistic the older he's gotten. And I think that there's no other president that has been behaved in such a way, in such a very negative, arrogant manner. Barack Obama, if Barack Obama could turn up at Donald Trump's inauguration, and Donald Trump said a lot of nasty things about Barack Obama. He said a lot of nasty things about George Bush as well. I'm not going to say it was just Obama, but, Trump was saying that Barack Obama was not born in America for a long time. He amplified the birther lie that Barack Obama was not born in the United States. And if Barack Obama could go to his inauguration knowing this, then there's no reason that Donald Trump shouldn't go to Biden's inauguration. But I think that is the true stance of a narcissist. They cannot be defeated. And I think that Donald Trump is a sore loser, and he cannot accept that he was defeated. But this is not about the administration so much as it is about, will Melania stay with Trump? Because I think that she is as narcissistic as he is. For a lot of years, I kind of had I admired Donald Trump at one time. That's the truth. I watched his reality shows. He's always been a narcissist, and he's always been an egotistical. But actually, back, a long time ago, decades ago, before I was even around, I've seen video footage of him before now, back in the day when he was a younger man. And he wasn't always like this. I think he always was arrogant and narcissistic and egotistical, but he actually was far more decent back in the day, at least outwardly. But, he's been through 3 marriages, he's had 3 wives. Melania is his 3rd wife. And I think they've been married. I'm not sure, but I think they've been married for about 16 years. And I'm actually surprised that he's kept her around for this long, because once they get to a certain age, it seems that he likes to change them, his wives I'm talking about. And it's very interesting that 2 out of 3 of his wives have both been foreigners. And he's always complaining about foreigners. So that's very, very interesting that 2 out of his 3 wives, and obviously Melania is a second, have actually not been from America. But it will be interesting to see whether Melania will stay with Donald Trump, because at the inauguration, at his inauguration, there was a moment where Donald Trump turned around to look at Melania. She smiled, and as soon as he turned back round to face the crowd or whatever, faced away from her, she kind of went into this horrible, sullen frown. And I've always thought, I've been thinking for a long time, since the administration begins, since the Trump administration started, that she was faking it, that the marriage is fake. But 16 years is a long time to be faking it. I mean, 16 years is many marriages don't last that long. So that's a very, very long marriage. And I think that the fact that they're both narcissists, in my opinion, I think Donald Trump is a narcissist and I think Melania is a narcissist. I think it's what has helped the marriage stay as long as it has. I think it's kept the marriage enduring. And I think they're both getting something out of the marriage. I personally don't know if the marriage can last. I'm not saying it's going to end. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm not sure if the marriage can last. But I think the marriage will last as long as they're both getting something out of it. As long as they're both benefiting from being in the marriage, I think the marriage will last if they're continuing to benefit. If they don't continue to benefit from each other, I think the marriage will fall apart. So if they're not getting what they want out of the relationship, it will somehow end. I mean, the only thing that they've got between them really is Barron. And Barron is growing up very, very fast. So it's not like they've got lots of children. They don't have any girls. They only have one boy. So it's not like Melania's hands are full raising his children. And she's not going to have any more children. Probably not. Unlikely that she's going to have any more. So, I mean, I think Melania likes the lifestyle. I think she likes the title. I think she likes the benefits of having the Trump name, the money and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, if everything was taken away from him tomorrow, if all of his money and, you know, everything went away, I'm not sure that she would be in it. I think Melania Trump married Donald Trump for his money, for the prestige, for the privilege. And I wouldn't necessarily say it's a completely sham marriage. But I think that it's a marriage of convenience. And I think that he's had many affairs, many mistresses. And I think it will be interesting to see if Melania will stick around, you know, long after they've, you know, he's, you know, left office and they've got to go back to a normal life. And, you know, I personally don't know if the marriage can last. I think it will last as long as they're both benefiting from the relationship. But I do think that now he's no longer going to be president. I do think the marriage is on shaky ground. But that's just my opinion. I'm not predicting anything. I'm not saying that she won't stay with him, and I'm not saying that she will stay with him. But I don't think it's a marriage of love. I've seen love with Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. That doesn't mean to say that they're going to last forever either. I mean, you can be in love at one moment and out of love the next. But I've seen the love between Michelle and Barack Obama. Not saying they're going to last forever, but I've seen a more genuine relationship between Michelle and Barack, and I've seen a more genuine relationship between Biden and his wife. And I don't think that Trump and Melania have the most genuine relationship. But it'll be interesting to see if she does stay around now that she's not going to be the first lady and now they're going to go back to a normal life. I mean, moving and being in a different environment and all of these things, children, no children, children growing up, all of these things affect a marriage. And what is the purpose? What is her purpose now? Be interesting to see if she does stick around, if she does stay with him. Because by all accounts, from what I know, she's well past her sell-by date when it comes to people like Donald Trump, a man like Donald Trump. He likes them younger. I mean, she is younger than him by far, but she definitely is at an age where he would usually have traded her in by now. So the fact that they're still together is really quite a miracle. Another thing I want to talk about is the late night shows. The late night shows are going to really, really be in some kind of stuck position now that Donald Trump is no longer going to be president. Saturday Night Live, The Tonight Show, Bill Maher, all of these shows, they've taken the mickey out of Donald Trump. They've made him a laughing stock. They've made jokes out of him. They really, really have treated him as if he is just the most laughable person in the history of comedy. And how are they going to fare now that he's not going to be around? It'll be interesting to see how the late night shows go, because a lot of these late night shows are left-wing, are very left-wing, and, driven by left-wing media. And I can't see them taking the mickey out of Biden as they did with Trump. So a lot of careers are going to be destroyed now that Donald Trump is not going to be the president. That's what I think. Maybe not destroyed. Maybe that's a bit too harsh to say, but a lot of, there's not going to be the material, the comedic material that there was when Donald Trump was president. I mean, Bill Maher, basically, his whole TV show was about Donald Trump. It was based on Donald Trump, about Donald Trump, laughing at Donald Trump, criticizing Donald Trump, critiquing Donald Trump. Everything was about Trump. Saturday Night Live was about Trump. A lot of their material was about Trump, for the last few years. The Tonight Show. So these shows could really struggle, possibly really struggle, now that Donald Trump is not going to be the president. But it will be very interesting to see what's going to happen now that Donald Trump is not going to be president, because he gave people a lot of material, a lot of laughing material, a lot of comedic material, a lot of things to laugh at. And he made great careers for people. I mean, love him or hate him, he was a very, very hot topic. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen now that he's no longer going to be the president.